All right, here we are. We're getting ready to go. I'm going to have to adjust some audio levels. This is my first time streaming in years, and this is my first time ever playing KSP. So I'm going to be taking a look at the audio levels here and trying to get them. The audio sounds a bit loud in my head. I know you can't hear the game yet. Let's go ahead and do that right there. Let's apply some settings. Okay, good. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the desktop audio here. I hope that doesn't conflict. I need to figure out some balance levels here. We'll figure that out as we go. Apply some settings there. This is my first time taking a look at the game, so let's go ahead and we're going to transition to the game. There we go. And right off the bat, okay, this is my first time opening up Kerbal Space Program, so I'm pretty excited about it. I got to notify some people that I'm live streaming right now. Right there, live streaming it. There we go, and let's see here. There we go. Put out a couple notifications and bring OBS back up, so I should be able to see the chats and stuff. But yeah, right off the bat, I see this looks beautiful. I saw a few videos of this being played, and you know, I've wanted to play this game for so long, for so long. But I put it on my wish list back in 2019, and you know, it was supposed to be delayed. Then it, you know, they said it had a release date, then it got dropped, and then it came back. But yeah, all in all, it's finally here. I've been counting down the hours literally. So there's a lot of things that are not in the in this early access release yet. Multiplayer's not in yet, and yeah, so multiplayer is the big thing that's not in yet. But then there's all the colonies are not in yet. The even getting science is not in yet. So there's a lot of things that are not in this, and I'm going to turn this volume down a little bit. It looks like it's conflicting with my voice volume, so I'm going to turn that down. We're going to go ahead and go up here to single player. Start a new campaign. Difficulty, we're going to go, so we can only do sandbox. You can see up here that we can only do sandbox difficulty. So we're going to leave it on, okay, so here we go. Normal, probes require ComNet for control. Okay, perfect. No unbreakable joints, yes crash damage, no infinite fuel, no infinite power. Allow revert, yeah, allow quick load, include stock vessels. I don't really care about the stock vessels so much. But I'm curious, okay, that changes the dock tolerance. Okay, that doesn't allow reverts or quick loads. No dock, you know. Okay, so we're gonna go on normal. And yeah, I think we're just gonna leave it on normal. Enter text, the campaign name. We're just gonna call this Woody's Streaming Campaign. There we go. So then we gotta name our agency. Kerbal Space Agency. We're gonna call this the Wolfpack Aeronautics. There we go. And we got to choose some colors here. So for the first color, we're going to go with the base color. I think I want it to be like a white, actually. A white. And the accent, we're going to make it red. We're going to make it real red there. Kind of a darker red. There we go. We need to choose our flag. Not very many to choose from, but let's go ahead and do this here. There we go. And set agency colors. There we go. White and black. First time user experience. It has been literally about 4 years since I played Kerbal Space Program 1. So I am going to go ahead and say yes, I'm a first time user because I haven't played it in so long. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Start the campaign. Mispronouncing Mun. That's funny at the bottom there. So I've got a pop-out chat window that I may kind of ignore because I can see my YouTube chat. I've got it open on another window. But then again, it's not really blocking anything. And I should be able to tab in and out of the game without you guys losing anything going on. There we go. So there was some controversy as to the recommended specs for this game. So if I run into any issues, then I'm going to turn some things down. Like basically, well, I think this is a tutorial coming here.
Your new space program, leaping forward into the cosmos. Since the dawn of Kerbal kind, we have looked to the sky and wondered what sublime mysteries lie hidden in the darkness, like jewels never beheld. These untold treasures may soon reveal themselves due to the efforts of recently founded Kerbal Space.
Oh my, I think that might have been the only copy of the orientation film. Hold on, slides, somewhere. Welcome to your first day running the Kerbal Space Program. This campus hosts the greatest ever gathering of astronomers, astronauts, and engineers. After years of focused effort, this collection of geniuses has created several very impressive buildings. We believe we have all the necessary pieces to take our first steps off the ground. The best way to advance our technologies further is to get up there and learn by doing. All we need now is somebody to show us how to put all these parts together. Well, we also need somebody to help us out with the flying. We need a lot of help, actually. That's why you're here. My name is Paige, by the way. If you need any hints, feel free to visit me over at the training center. Everything in there is well padded, so it's a great place to get up and running. Welcome aboard!
Okay, here we are. Welcome to Kerbal Space Center. This campus has everything you need to turn your fledgling space program into the stuff of legends. Okay. Our engineers have created a training program that will guide you through building and flying your very first rocket. You can go through those lessons here at the training center. If you want to start building right away, the vehicle assembly building is where you want to be. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm actually not going to go through the tutorials. Like I said, it's been about 4 years since I've played, but let's see. I want to kind of dive right in, kind of get an idea of what I'm doing here. I mean, and see what's going on. So welcome to the Vehicle Assembly Building, or VAB. This is where you assemble vehicles to take you wherever you want to go. Continue. This is the parts picker, okay? You take pieces from the picker and place them in your workspace. A good starting rocket has a command pod, an engine, and a fuel tank holding the fuel the engine needs. You can view parts by category. You can also search and sort parts. By default, parts are sorted by type. If you have a part you use often, you can add it to your favorites by clicking the middle mouse button. What did I do? Uh-oh. Oh, these are my favorites. I took them off my favorites. I was going to try putting them on favorites to... let's get rid of these. Let's get rid of them all. Boom, boom. Get rid of all these. I'll decide what my favorites are. You don't decide what my favorites are. Okay, continue. You can construct several assemblies or sections of your vehicle at the same time. Now, that's something new in KSP2 that I'm excited about. You couldn't do that before in KSP1. The assembly marked with the green icon is your launch assembly. It is what goes out the door when you select launch. Okay. Use the engineer's report to see how your vehicle will perform. That's this down here. It will give you useful stats and a list of potential problems. Now, it's very much what I saw in a video. It's much more in depth than the Kerbal Space Program, original Kerbal Space Program's report. Like it actually, like Delta V is built in. You don't have to figure that out by hand or get a mod to tell you that. For example, you can use the engineer's report to see if you have a thrust to weight ratio over 1. Okay, I mean that's obviously good. Over here is the trip planner. Use it to plot a destination and ensure that your vehicle has the ability to get there. Once you're ready to fly, select the launch button. As long as your vehicle fits completely within the VAB, it will be moved out to your chosen launch location. Training Center teaches everything from basic rocket construction to orbital mechanics, really. It's both fun and informative. Okay, so let's go ahead and build a basic rocket. First, I'm going to go here. My trip planner. Okay. Okay, this is cool. So, all right, so I can choose from to one-way trip. We're gonna go. So if I want to go into low Kerbal orbit, it's gonna take me 3,400 DV to get to low Kerbal orbit. So it automatically tells you that. I like that. From Kerbal to BOP. Okay, 2 places. Okay. Oh, I see what it's telling me. It's telling me, okay, if I want to go to the moon, or MUN, to get to low Kerbal orbit, it's going to take me 3,400 delta V. To get to the intercept of the MUN, it's going to take me 860 delta V. To then get into MUN low orbit, it's going to take me 280, and the MUN surface is going to take me 580 delta V. So then if I go round trip, then it's telling me this. Okay. So it looks like it's a little off. See here, to get to this is if I want to land on Kerbal, I'm instead of just dropping back down. So all right, so we're gonna build something here. So there are no, as far as I know, let's go back out here, back to KSC, training center, tracking station, launch pad. There are no missions or anything right now. Currently, this is purely a sandbox experience. There's no objectives or anything like that. So it's really completely what you want to do. So I'm going to get kind of back into the swing of things, I'm going to go ahead and build me something just to get me to low Kerbal orbit and back. So let's start with, it's going to be pretty small. So they've got them labeled here. I like this. Extra small, small, medium, large. And then, of course, they got their names up top. The Mark 1 tin can. The Mark 1-3 gumball. This looks like, okay, what are the controls here? Okay, right click to look around like this. Control click to go up, or middle mouse click to go up and down and spin side to side. Okay, there we go. So more concerned about the up and down with the middle mouse click. All right, so then we're gonna go. So we've got our capsule here. I'm not sure what this. Oop, there we go. There we are. Okay, so then we're gonna go with coupling. This I'm gonna take a look at this, see what his stats are. It's got some electric charge. It's got some monopropellant, impact tolerance 15 meters per second. And its mass. It doesn't say anything about ablation on it. So let's take a look here. Payloads. What am I looking for that? What would Utility, parachutes, and quality of life. Okay. Would ablation be here? No. Engine structures, trusses, and such. Wait. Engine mount. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Adapters, beams, bodies, panels, hubs. They got so much more to do in this game. Tube. An adjustable tube. Let's take a look here. Oh wait. Am I connecting it? Okay. So how do I'm going to get rid of this anyway, but I was just trying to figure out what that was. Okay, coupling, separators, okay, docking ports, payloads, protective fairings, okay, crew cabins. But yeah, the ablation was in aerodynamics before. Ground, just thermal, oh, here we go. There we go. Now we got ourselves an ablator. Now let's go to parachutes and stuff. Utility, parachutes, and quality of life. So, looks like this is what we're going to... That's too large. Way too large. Okay, that's the side. So this is going to be an extra small right on top there. And because I don't know... Okay, that's a drogue chute. Okay. Radial mount parachute. Okay, Mark 16. That's bigger than I wanted. This was the extra small, right? Yeah. That's just a drogue chute, though. Let's put two... now, how do I do... There we go. X. That's way too big for this. It'll work, though. I'm going to overdo it because I just don't remember. I remember the basics of playing this game. Or playing the first game. But it's been so long. Alright, so now we're going to go into stabilizers. Is there an extra small? No. Let's look at a small stabilizer. There we go. Actually, no. First of all, I need a decoupler. So, coupling. Small. There we go. Then let's go ahead and put that there. Okay, so we've got this coupler here. That the parachutes are going to be our last step. The decoupler here. And what did I need to get into low? I needed 3,400. Okay, so let's go ahead and get me some fuel tanks here. Okay, Methalox is the combination. There we go. And let's throw an engine on here. The Terrier. So I'm just going to throw this on here, and I'm going to take a look at some of the stats here. Okay, so first of all, if we take a look over here, we've only got 2,875 meters per second delta V. So we know that we don't have enough. But let's take a look at this engineer's report and see where... Okay, the thrust to weight ratio is less than 1.0. Vessel will not leave the launch pad. Interesting. Okay, so let's take this Terrier off. I had a feeling that wouldn't be enough. Actually, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna also take we're gonna do a smaller engine. We're gonna try to make this a little bit more inline, and just have some fun with it. Is what we're gonna do for this first one. There we go. Okay, we're gonna throw another coupler on here, decoupler. Then we're gonna throw a bigger tank and a bigger engine on here. The Reliant and the Swivel. Let's see here. It has more mass. That has more thrust. That one also. This one. Okay, let's do Reliant here. Okay, so our thrust to weight is fine. We don't quite have enough delta V, but look how much thrust to weight we have. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab that. Okay, and let's put this right here. And then bring this back. There we go. So now we've got plenty of delta V on here. We've got more than enough thrust to weight. And let's see here if I can go ahead and... Okay, how do I add this to this? There we go. So it'll decouple and turn that on at the same time. So that's the engineer's report. And then we've got a new thing here called Parts Manager. So I can go to Pods and be like, okay, show me these things. Okay, and then, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to probably get into that more after the Kerbal Manager. Okay, let's go to the Parts Manager. And let's see, do we have crew in here? How can I tell? Let's go to Kerbal Manager. Okay, the tin can has Bill Kerman in it. Let's throw Jebediah. Oh, does it only hold one person? It does look like it only holds one person. Interesting, interesting. Okay, yeah, so we're going to keep this rocket nice and simple. We're just going to get to low Kerbal orbit and come back. Now, we're going to take some wings here. We're going to go some small wing. Whoa, those small wings are much bigger than I thought they were going to be. Okay, we don't really want wings, though. We want stabilizers. So let's go small stabilizer. And there we go. Now, what does that mean? Oh... I can change things about the wing. Interesting. Okay, so now if I zoom in, what can I do anything with that? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Let's go ahead and throw on some electric generation just for safety. I don't think we're going to need it, but just for safety. Let's turn on some electric generation. Now, how am I going to do that? Thermal, electrical generation, and storage. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and let's put it like right here. And there we go. We should have a rocket that gets us to low Kerbal orbit. So we're going to go ahead and launch this thing just for fun and try it out. Now, the vehicle is by default named Fly Safe. We're not even going to save this vehicle though, because I mean, it doesn't have much utility. When we get to doing some other missions, we'll start saving vehicles, like when we have a vehicle that, you know, is our heavy launch and things like that. And of course, once they open up the game and they get the contracts going and things like that, there's going to be it's going to be so much more than just, hey, what do I feel like doing? So yeah, now this is a cool thing. Okay, so this is blueprint mode. Okay, you can. I'm not entirely sure how to use it. Okay, so I can just look around like this, zoom in, and you know you can see the rocket from different angles and stuff, just to kind of really get a a really good view of it and see it more precisely. That's something I saw a streamer do when he was playing it a few days ago, and that was pretty awesome. So now, what are these buttons? Symmetry mode. Okay, so X goes through symmetry mode. There we go. Yeah, there we go. And then snap. Okay. Selection tool, rotate and translate. Okay, so this is much easier, the user interface, than it was before. Wait, launch. Okay, yeah, I've already chosen my launch assembly. Okay. Well, now how do I get out of what I was just doing? I don't want to be doing it anymore. Invalid anchor. No, that's okay. How do I? Okay, I just go back to selection tool. Okay, that's what I got to do. Okay, so we are at plenty of Delta V. Let's go ahead and launch this thing and just have some fun. Why did it suddenly give me that warning right there? Why? Oh, okay. This must be the Delta V left in this. Wait. Continue. This element is your flight cluster. Contains all your flight controls and information. Yeah. Here you can speed up or pause time. You can still move your camera and interact. Okay. Staging. Yeah. Yeah. So that's not my full total because it was showing like 3,800 or something, wasn't it, before? So that can't be my total delta V. But this is saying I've got 945 delta V in this one. That can't be right. What changed? Okay. Would you like to learn to fly in a safe? Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna revert to VAB here and take a look here. Yeah, confirm revert, and see what it says now. It seems to have changed. For some reason, my my delta V changed on the rocket, I think. Dan says launch. It changed my delta V. I need to check and make sure that the rocket's gonna fly. So it was showing me different numbers in the VAPs. I don't know if that was a bug or something I did wrong. Probably something I did wrong is probably what happened. Okay. So the game does have some long load times on my computer right now. I've got it on super high setting. Okay, yeah, look. Now it says 3,900 delta V. Engineers report. Okay. Thrust to weight, dry mass parts. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Parts. I don't care about parts manager so much. Action group manager. So that number down there must have been just my delta V in that. So let's go ahead and just go ahead and launch it and see what happens. I can get rid of that. How do I get rid of the part? There we go. Okay, so now it does this really cool countdown I saw when you tell it to launch. All right, I'm launched. Okay, we're probably accelerating a bit too fast. Let's give us a little bit of tilt here. Okay, so it shows my ground speed here. It shows my, oh, that's my surface velocity. No, this is my altitude and my surface speed here. Going up through the cloud level, looking pretty. I need to tilt a little bit more. I may have put too much control on this thing. But I do think I'm accelerating a bit too fast in the atmosphere. Although, this may have been right. Look at that. I wonder if that was showing me my delta V in a vacuum, if that was the issue. Alright, so far so good. Our apoapsis is not climbing nearly as good as I would like it to. We're okay, but now I've got like lots of delta V. Okay, so that, yeah, that was weird. We're gonna stay at roughly, yeah, we're about 15,000. So I need to be out of 70,000 to be out of the atmosphere of Kerbal. So I'm letting my apoapsis climb is what it's doing. I'm actually dropping. I'm not even pointing towards my apoapsis any. I need to. Oh, okay. So I get it. This stage, it has a lot of delta V, but it might not have the thrust to weight to keep me climbing that I need. That might be my issue. Okay, it looks like it's climbing a little bit now. Maybe. We'll just keep it pointed here for a little bit, and if it fails miserably, well, then that's what happens. Yeah, it's climbing very, very, very slowly. If we go out here, it's telling us we're just going to crash right there. We're like barely chasing our apoapsis. That is hilarious. So yeah, this. Oh, that was a map view. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yes, whatever. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Lots of things there. So yeah. Like I said. Okay, we're actually higher than our apoapsis right now. Somehow, is that? No, we're good. Okay. It's not climbing fast enough. That's because this engine doesn't have enough thrust to really. That's a parts manager. Flight report. Mission time. So we're not going to make it to orbit, it doesn't look like. Not going to make it to orbit. We will land safely. Should, anyway. We're just not going to make it to orbit. I mean, our trajectory is... we're just basically following it. Apoapsis barely climbing. Okay, so the apoapsis... Time to apoapsis is... Okay. Yeah, so basically, the lighter we get, the better we're doing with our apoapsis. But I'm losing delta V. I'm not even going to have enough to circularize, probably. And if I do, I'm probably not going to have enough to decircularize and actually end the orbit. But we'll go ahead and follow this flight through. Then we'll make some changes to the rocket. We'll get out into space. Okay, I'm going to let this apoapsis climb just a bit more. And let's go ahead and cut our rocket here. And what I can do now is I can go over here and I can be like, okay, let's create a maneuver point. Okay. Now, how much is it going to take me to circularize? Okay. Does it tell me how much? I have barely enough delta V for what I've planned. My periapsis, though, would be... It's not very good at showing me that. Like, do I gotta click on it? Nope, that's not what I want to do. Periapsis. Oh, that's not even circularized. That's not even orbit. No, what would this be here? That would be circularized, and it would take me 527. So I'm not even going to be able to do it. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm actually going to face towards retrograde. Hey, I've had a maneuver plan. Yeah. Yep. Okay, I can learn more about that there. And I'm just going to slow myself down a little bit. I made it out into space. I am in space right now, so I'm just going to slow myself down. Yeah, let's get rid of the, how do I, okay, there we go. That's funny because it's telling me impact here. Oh no. Now, I way overdid the parachutes on this thing. I guarantee I overdid the parachutes on this thing. But that was kind of by design because I just wasn't sure how much to put on there. So I was like, more is better. Dan, how's the balance of game sound and my voice? Is that a pretty decent balance? Does one need to come up? Does one need to go down? Alright. Are we still... Okay, we're still behind those. Let's really kick that up a bit. Slow myself down. There we go. Alright, I'm going to be out of Delta V soon. And I don't want this angle to be too severe of an angle because it won't give me a chance to slow down through the atmosphere. But I also don't want it to be... well, in this ship, it's okay to have it be a very shallow angle. I won't skip off the atmosphere or anything, so it'll be fine. Alright, let's go ahead and... You know what? Let's go ahead and decouple. There we go. Okay. And how do I increase my warp? Is it just plus my... No. I don't know what the shortcut for increasing my warp is. There it is. There we go. Okay. So we're at 4 times speed now. We're back in the atmosphere. Whoops. Oh yeah, in Kerbal Space Program 2, you can quote-unquote fast forward time at 0.0 speed. So you can actually stop the game to do stuff. You couldn't really do that in Kerbal Space Program 1. Nice. My wife just brought me a coffee, and it is in a mug that is shaped like a rocket ship with thrusters on the bottom. We can probably speed this up a bit, but I don't think we need... Wait, I got 3 parachutes on this? Or 4 parachutes on this? Or what is... I've got 1, 2, 3 that I know of. Oh yeah, and look at this. You can actually look like inside and see your Kerbin, your whatever they're called, Kerbonauts inside things. That's pretty cool. Neat addition. Alright, so the atmosphere is slowing us down now. And as the atmosphere becomes more dense, we should slow down even faster. And then we'll pop our chutes here in just a second. We're still about 8 kilometers now up from the surface. Okay, so we're slowed down about as much as the surface is going to allow us to do. We'll go ahead and pop our chutes here. And then when they get into the thick enough atmosphere... Okay, they're slowing us down a bit. But then when they get into the thick enough atmosphere, they'll open up fully. I think this thing had a crash tolerance of... it doesn't say here. But I think it had a crash tolerance of 15 meters per second. So we'll see at what speed these parachutes, and see if I way overdid the parachutes. That one single parachute in the middle might have been enough. But we'll just have to see how that works out. It is taking longer for them to open than I thought. There we go. And it slows me down to about less than 5. So if we want to take it linearly, 3 parachutes, and that probably slows us down even more. So I probably could have gotten away with just that one. Alright, so let's go ahead and speed up time and get our landing here. I'm not sure what's going on with this. I think it's since we're pointing straight up, our compass, that's what's going on. We're pointed straight up, so our compass just goes crazy. So all in all, I would call our first launch a success. We didn't quite get into orbit, but that's because I had enough delta V to do so, but I didn't have enough thrust to weight on that second stage in order to get into orbit. So we're going to go ahead and land, and we'll try it again. Looks like I'm landing in the ocean. And there we go. Safe landing. I'm not sure. Okay, let me slow this down. Whoops, game paused. I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh, I'm underwater and my parachutes are... Okay. So how do I do this? Escape, do I recover vessel? There we go. Confirm recovery. Excellent, you didn't crash. Flight status. Mission time was 14 minutes and 50 seconds. The highest altitude, highest speed over land? That isn't... Okay. I covered ground distance 36 meters. That doesn't make any sense. ground distance covered, but total distance covered. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and close that. Wait, I recovered the vessel. Yeah, confirm. Okay. I guess I got to go back. It's gone now, so I guess I got to go back to the VAB. How do I do this? Oh, here we go. Vehicle assembly building. So yeah, all in all, not a bad launch. Here's what I'm going to do. Did that... Okay, I didn't want to save it. No, I wanted to load it. That's what I want to do. So this game, okay, it's pretty cool. We're gonna start over with that real quick since I got a little bit more here. So let's just get out of that. How do I? So one thing I can do is I can be like, okay, I want to build this thing, but then I also want to build one over here. And so I can build, like, say I want to build a lander. I can build a lander here, build the ship, and then stick the lander inside the ship. That was something I could not do on Kerbal Space Program 1. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with that again. We're going to go up here with the parachutes. And was this the one I wanted? It was. So that should be enough, honestly. If those others were that much overkill, that one parachute should be enough. So let's go ahead and go back for the ablation. Where was it? Thermal. We're going to go small ablation. We're going to go with another decoupler here. All right, so that's what's coming back. Okay. That is what's coming back down. So we'll throw on the decoupler here. And we're going to go with this here. And I'm going to take a look. So this engine doesn't have very much thrust. That's its max thrust in a vacuum. Okay. 60 kilonewtons, whereas this one has like 260. Now this is a tiny engine, I think. Yeah. What is this? Whoa. 850? That's crazy. But its ISP is what, 285? So it's very comparable to these. But I don't need that much is the issue. Oh, you know what I didn't put on here though? I need to throw on a what was it here? Was it in not in aerodynamics? Not in payloads. I need to throw on a stabilizer of some kind. Engines, probably not in there. Structures, truss and adapters, coupling, separate stages, payloads, aerodynamics, wings and air intakes, communications, utility, parachutes, and quality of life. Okay, stabilizers. Well, there we go. Give me a reaction wheel there. Okay. So now if I take a look at this engine here, that's going to give me 1,484. And if I go to the engineer's report, the thrust to weight is way too high. Way too high. Okay, so we're actually going to... Can I move this over here and take a look at this thrust to weight? Okay, there we go. Perfect. Let's bring that thrust to weight to about 1.5. So we'll bring the thrust limiter to about 40%. 41%, I guess. Close enough. I don't know what independent throttle means. I think that means if I had two rockets going off at once, I could do that. Okay. So, all right. So let's go ahead and get rid of this. So 1.4, that's not bad. Give me a little bit of... All right, now we're going to go to here to couplers again. And we're going to go ahead and couple that. And let's see what I can do. Okay, so this looks like the longest small tank I can get. Now, that's just methane. It needs an air intake if I just do the methane. The Methalox. Now, what is this? Small to tiny adapter. Okay, this might be interesting. Do I have a small to medium Methalox Okay, we're going to make this look cool. This is going to be way more rocket than we need at all. It's going to be way more. But then I'm going to go here. Boom. Throw me a rocket up here. Find me this that's got way, way, way too much thrust. Okay, this might be... Well, let's see what this gives us here. Okay, it's not going to leave. It's not going to leave. Okay. What's that give me? 1.037 is all? Really? Did I grab the right one? 600. Okay, let's grab this one. This one's got 1600. Okay, that's giving me 2.5 thrust. What was this giving me? 1.037. Yeah, that's a crazy difference too. Let's go with this large one. And let's limit that. Let's bring that down to about 50% and see where that brings us. 1.2. I'm going to bring it up to about 1.3-ish. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And this thing's pretty much ready to go. Let me get some electricity generators. Again, I don't think I'm going to need it. But just in case, let's bring that up here, and let's go ahead and throw that like this. Okay, one thing we are going to need, some stabilizers. That's what we're going to need. Throw some stabilizers on there. Let's do the small stabilizers. And there we go. Yeah. This should be a much more successful... Oh, you know what I didn't do, though? Absolutely need to put a decoupler here. Or did I already do that? Okay, yeah, I already put a decoupler there. We're fine. Okay. So yeah, this will get us to... This might even... Let's go to trip planner here. If we wanted to go to MUN here. Yeah, this would get us all the way to MUN and land on it, technically. But we'd have no way to get back. So we're not going to go to the MUN yet. We're going to build... Once I get the basics of this, we're going to go ahead and design like a full-on mission, okay? You know, the whole fly there, do the lander, rendezvous, come back up, that kind of thing, okay? But that's interesting. I think you can make it. But yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, that is pretty cool. So for low Kerbal orbit, all we need is 3,400, and we've got... What? Oh, cool. Right here. Okay. Now it's showing me each stage. Nice. Okay, perfect. What we are going to do is we're going to take this and throw it into this stage, because I want that to decouple and start that rocket all at the same time. This should be an easy launch, actually. Trying to think if I forgot anything. I don't think I did. So let's go ahead and launch. Okay, rocket looks pretty. Okay, SAS. Okay, I don't care about I don't have any RCS on. Now, what is this? What is object cycling and full control? Have control and connected to ComNet. Okay. I'm eventually going to need to... I'm going to eventually need to make some satellites and do a satellite network. This looks so cool. And what I should do is I should actually put the braces on it. You know what? We're going to make this launch more authentic. That's what we're going to do. Let's revert to VAB real quick. And we're going to make this launch a little bit more authentic by putting the clamps on there. So it's kind of coming back to me. Like I said, I haven't played Kerbal Space Program for like 4 years. That's crazy. Because I kept waiting, because I used to stream it, but then as I was streaming, I heard that this was coming out. I put it on my wish list, and I quit streaming Kerbal Space Program, and I kept saying, I'll just go to Kerbal Space Program 2. And of course, that got canceled, then delayed, then canceled, you know, etc. Okay, let's go back here. Utility, is it in here? No. Structures, trusses and adapters. Clamps, there we go. Okay. Let's do a dual symmetry there. And do it like that. And we'll put the clamps in the same as those. There we go. Now we'll launch. I don't know if this is going to look better or not. I probably have the clamps. Yeah, that's what I thought. I've got them way, 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 way too high. Oh, well. Oops. Well, now we know. But it's pretty cool how big of a vehicle you can actually build, though. Because it just has to fit in that building. No clue how they got this to load. But all right, let's go ahead and launch this off. Everything's looking good on this as far as I can tell. Oh, that shows me the atmosphere. I didn't even see that. All right, and let's go. All right, nice. Okay, we're not accelerating as fast as before. So that is by design. I think we accelerated a little bit too fast. All right, we're gonna start tilting here about 1,000 meters off the ground. Take a nice slow tilt. You don't want your thrust getting outside your center of mass, basically. Or your center of lift, I guess. But yeah, this is... okay, it's flying pretty. I want to tilt a little bit faster. My apoapsis is going up much, much, much faster than it was before with the previous one. Almost too fast. We need to tilt a little bit quicker here. I'm going to start this tilt a little harder. Don't want to flip the rocket. Nice, okay. Get to a 45 a little bit before 10,000. That's fine. My rocket does have a little bit of rotation to it, but I'm okay with this. I'm correcting that now. There we go. All right, my apoapsis is climbing nicely. So much so that I'm actually going to tilt just a little bit more. We've still got about 2,000 delta V on this stage alone. Nice. Yes, this is looking pretty. So let's take a look at my trajectory here. Yeah, it's growing. You can see it growing much better than before. Much, much better than before. My apoapsis, I'm gonna cut this pretty hard this direction because my apoapsis is actually getting out there farther than I wanted it to be. Alright, my apoapsis, we're going to cut my engines, and we're going to go ahead and pause this. So this is a bug. You see how it says pause like 3 times. That was a bug. Oh man, this is much better. So I can click here, or, wait, can I not interact with it when it's paused? I thought I could. Okay, create maneuver plan. And let's go ahead and grab this. Let's see what that puts me at. Perfect. Okay. So now I can tell my rocket to point to the maneuver node. And this is different than KSP1. So in KSP1, it would tell you time to maneuver node. And then it would tell you burn time. And you would have to start your burn when your time to maneuver node was half of your burn time. So if, say you were going to burn for 5 minutes, you would start your burn when you were 2.5 minutes away from your maneuver node. In this, it actually tells you, hey, start your burn here. I'm going to get to orbit without staging. Technically, I just built an SSTO. A single stage to orbit. I way overdid the Delta V here. I could easily, maybe. I could probably do a pass against the moon. But, yeah, so we've got 1 minute and 53 seconds till the burn. I tell you what, since there's nothing really at stake here, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward it a little bit. I'm going to go 2 times. I'm going to go 4 times, 10 times. Because I can then... There we go. Alright, slow it back down here. Slow it down again, slow it down again. Alright, 10 seconds to the burn. And I don't know how... Oh wait, can I... What is it? Is this fast forward? Warp to maneuver. Nice. Okay, so we're going to kick it up here. And then it's going to tell me when to stop my burn. And it even has a meter down here. Nice. Alright. Alright, let's see if it worked. Holy cannoli. Something happened wrong, because look at this. Something went wrong. I'm not sure what went wrong, but this is where this yellow circle is my path, okay? And this is where I wanted it to be, but it's all the way out here. So something went wrong, but we made it to orbit easily. We're still in our first stage. We still got like 201 Delta V. Alright, so let's tell this to go retrograde here. And it's going to slowly turn. And it's going to look retrograde. Okay, I'm going to start telling it to come back home is what I'm going to do. Can I get rid of that maneuver node now? How? Okay, boom. There we go. Oh, wait. Oh, no. This is right. This is right. Okay. This worked out fine. I don't know what it was telling me before then. Okay, my periapsis is actually a little bit inside the atmosphere. So what was that yellow line again? Is that if I went around and burnt again, maybe? Is that what that is? Okay, so I'm not understanding the UI. I'll have to do a little bit more research into the UI. Not quite getting it. So here's what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to time warp to that point because I want to land in the daylight. Okay. So now I'm gonna wait till this points back to my retrograde. And once it is, I'm gonna slowly turn on my rockets to start bringing me back down to inside the atmosphere here. Okay, so I'm pointing retrograde. So I'm gonna kick up my throttle here just a little bit, and I'm bringing my periapsis down. Let's see, well, what am I bringing it down to? I don't know what I'm going to bring it down to. Let's bring it down to, like, there. There we go. And I still haven't even staged this thing. So, yes, I overbuilt this rocket. Very much so. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stage. There we go. I wonder if this thing... I wonder if this thing has enough thrust to land. If I could actually land this on the ground. So that's where I launch from. I'm not going to do that, though. I probably could. Where am I going to? I'm going to go ahead and stage that. And then I'm going to just fast forward. And we're going to make this landing. I'm in the atmosphere a little bit. You can see my orbit speed there. But actually, it shows me I'm out of the atmosphere. But I'm definitely going to be going into the atmosphere. Or no, I'm in some atmosphere because my periapsis and my apoapsis are lowering. So I'm in the atmosphere at least a little bit. Oh, that looks okay. It looks okay. I don't know what my graphics settings are on. I left them whatever the base settings were. And like I was saying earlier, there was a huge to-do and row about the very high computer specs that were going to be needed to run this. Like, it looked like only about, like, 10% of Steam users were going to be able to run it, and, like, less than 1% were going to be able to run it on the recommended settings. But then they came back and explained some things, and yeah, my computer obviously able to handle it pretty fine. Okay, yeah, surface speed, there we go. Now hopefully this one parachute is good enough to go ahead and drop it, like, I think. We need to slow down fast. We're getting into the thicker atmosphere, though, so we're going to start slowing. Of course, this is real-time speed here, so yeah. We're slowing down quite a bit. It looks like we're doing another water landing. I thought we were going to land over the ground, but looks like we're doing a water landing. Alright, let's go ahead and pop our chute here. And let's go ahead and speed up time and see if we die. Once it opens up, hopefully it drops us down below 15 meters per second. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. So, with the two other parachutes, we were going about 5 meters per second. With this one, we're going 6.7. So we definitely only need this one when we're coming back as just a capsule. Okay, and this worked out better. It didn't glitch out and my parachutes didn't go. Okay, so now I need to recover the vessel, confirm, outstanding job. Okay, and all my flight stuff. Crew was Bob Kerman. Okay. There we go, and we'll go back to the vehicle assembly building. Now, again, this does not have a campaign mode yet. Everything is unlocked right from the beginning. There's no gathering science. There's no getting contracts to do things. You have, as far as I know, unlimited Kerbals. So, location A, interesting. And so, really, it's one of those things where you just kind of make up your own missions. So, I'm now thinking of a Mun landing. Okay, that's, at one point, was a very basic thing for me. So, let's see how it is now. All right, so we're going to need a total of 5123 to make it one way. 10,240 back. So basically, okay, so to the surface, we're gonna need a lander with about 580 delta V to land. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build how do I want to do this? That rocket that I just built probably could have gone to the Mun, landed, and come back, but I don't want to do it like that. That's boring. Let's build something a little bit bigger, okay? This is going to be... Yeah. How am I going to want to do this? How am I going to want to do this? Let's put a decoupler here. Okay. Let's put... Now, how do I... Okay. And we've got docking ports. A small docking port. Okay. So now, what I've got here is I've got a decoupler here and then a docking port on top of that. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and go for some ablation here. Medium ablation here. Okay. And if I take off this coupling, okay, this is what's going to land back on Kerbal. So let's plan out this mission here. All right, let's grab another decoupler down here. It's going to be medium this time. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to need... I can go to medium here. Now let's see what kind of delta V I get just throwing on this small one. And max thrust is... This one has a thrust of 600. This one has a much lower thrust, but a much better ISP. So let's take a look here. If I throw this one on here, I get 4,000. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, it's saying I won't make it. That's what it's saying. 4,265. This one has a higher ISP in a vacuum. So it should show me much higher. Okay, so this is the stage that's going to be traveling around in space. Okay. That's the plan. Now, separately, I need to build myself a lander. The lander, of course, only needs like that much, so let's move that one over there. And let's go here. And, okay, this is called the tuna can. Question is, how do I switch to this one? Assembly anchor, launch assembly. What is A? Okay, arrow keys and stuff don't do anything. Cause okay, now I click on that, and it shows me. Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look. This is going to be what I'm going to land on Minmus with. So what I'm going to have to do here is I'm going to have to throw me, or not Minmus. I'm not going to Minmus. I'm going to the Mun here. Let's throw me another medium coupler here. There we go. And let's put this thing here. You know what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to throw on a, and I forget where it was. Oh, here it was. Okay. A medium. Nope. There we go. Now let's go here to this one. Let's throw a medium. There we go. Perfect. Now these are stabilizers that I'm doing. They get basically the reaction wheels. The wheels spin in a certain way, causing the rocket to turn the other way. Okay, now let's throw on a fuel tank, a medium fuel tank. Yeah, it's going to be too... I hope that's going to... No, that's not what I want either. Okay. And let's throw myself a... Okay, this little lander. Wow. Oh man, this has enough to get back from the moon all the way. I'm overkilling again. I'm overkilling again. Okay, I guess I'd rather overkill than underkill though. Okay. So let's take a look at my my engineer's report here. Okay, it's got a very low okay. Okay, so its thrust to weight's okay though because I'm going to the mun with this. Okay. So I think I'm going to be fine. If not, we'll always think it should have worked. So I need to put some landing gear on it, which is ground landing gear. Okay. Let's throw 4 landing gears on here. Panel is missing RCS. Precision maneuvering for docking will be difficult. Yes, but I'm going to do the lazy docking method. Okay. Now let's see what happens when I extend those. Okay, so let's... There we go. I think the large landers are... yeah, they're way too big. Okay, way too big for that. All right, now we're going to put a... We need to put a dock on top of this. Okay, let's put a dock on top of this, which was in coupling, I think. And let's put a small docking port right on top there. So yeah, so what's going to happen is we're going to get out to space. This is going to dock to the top of this, go to the mun, land on the mun, plant a flag. Then we're going to come back up, dock to this. This is going to bring us back to Kerbal. Get rid of this again. And then we're going to land in this. Okay. So let's take this and let's there we go. Okay, so we've got a coupler here. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this whole thing and I'm going to put it like that. That should work, right? Okay, so what do we got here? We've got that, we've got that, we got that, and that. Okay, all my staging's all messed up right now. Staging's all messed up right now. Okay, let's take this here. Okay, we've got one in there and one in there. That's fine. But I don't want Valentina. I want Bill again. Where's Bill? Wait, where's Bill? Aww. Okay. Now let's put another medium decoupler here. Oh yeah, I need to put parachutes. It keeps telling me I need to put parachutes on. I should probably put a couple parachutes on. So let's go. Radial mount. So let's put a couple, we don't want that many. How many do we want? Let's do 3. Again, might be a bit much, but let's just do 3. Okay. All right. One thing I need to put here, actually. Let's grab that and bring that out. Let's pull that out again. We need a ladder. So is a medium ladder gonna, okay, and we only want one. So let's put a ladder right here. And let's see what that looks like. Okay, why? Oh, here. Okay, extend part. Okay, that should work, that should work. Okay, so let's go back here and put this back on again. And put this here. We're probably going to need to strut this. Honestly. Probably going to need to strut some of this. So now how do I do... What is that? This is two-dimensional photonic... What is that? A light strip? Oh, cool. It's just lights. Okay. Which, now that I mention lights... Those are facing the wrong way. Okay, so now rotate and translate. There we go. Perfect. And then select tool. Okay. But yeah, what was I just saying? Oh yeah, struts. Structures, trusses, and adapters. Struts right here. Perfect. So let's grab something like from here to here. There we go. That should be a good strut for that. And because I like the look of it, let's go to and again, I'm way overbuilding this rocket. But because I like the look of it, that's not what I wanted. Fuel tanks. Okay. Let's go. Medium. There we go. Actually, no, I didn't want that one. I wanted... Where was it? I thought I just saw it. It was a... So that's an XL. Medium to large. Fueled adapter. Okay, that's not what it's... It says medium to large. Small to medium. Okay. And then we throw on that. And let's throw on just a huge rocket here. Crazy amount of thrust. Okay. And let's take the engineering report here. No way to generate electricity. Okay, that is a concern. Thrust to weight is less than 1. Thrust to weight. Okay, so I'm going to need something with a little bit more thrust on it than this. So I think I did that one. Let's try this one then. Boom. Okay. And that still says, okay, no electricity, obviously. So we're going to go to electricity generation. And let's put a couple of these on here. Let's actually put some up here. Let's bring out 4. Let's put 4 on that one. But let's also put 4. I don't want to get in the way of that though. So let's put them right here. Like that. Okay, now let's check our staging because right now it makes no sense. Actually, let me put some stabilizers on here too. There we go. Now it should be fine, but let's check our staging. So, first stage right there. That's good. Second stage, yes. How much is in each stage? Why is it saying 0 delta V in this stage? There's methane and oxidizer in there. I'm not sure why it's saying 0 delta V in that stage. That should be our first stage, okay? Then that decouples. Okay, we don't want that kicking on next, or that. Where's our next decoupler? Okay, we want that decoupler to go in between those two. How do I bring that to its own thing here? Okay, don't want to do that. I want it to be okay. So I want that to decouple. Then I want that to decouple. Just grab that and bring that up there. Okay. Okay. So then that will... I'll have to activate that manually. That'll go last, and that'll... So I need to add something here for this. Okay, so that's our first stage. Then that will decouple. Then that will decouple. I still don't like that it's saying 0 delta V there. It's not making any sense to me. And in fact, let's take a look at this here. My thrust to weight is way too high on this. I want to bring that down to about right there. Okay, perfect. Give me that thrust limiter. But yeah, then, okay, so that's going to happen. Then that's going to decouple. That'll decouple at the same time. I'll take control of this, okay, and it will come up here and dock there. Then I will kick on that engine, and that will take us the rest of the way. All right. Then, so that's gonna, that one's actually gonna kick on first, but I'll activate that one manually. So then that will kick on and take us the rest of the way. Later on, that'll decouple. The same time this one decouples, I think. And then finally that. I think I've got it planned out right. It's been a long time since I planned a mission like this. But I think I've got it planned out right. We'll just have to find out. Let's go ahead and save this vehicle. And this will be first Mun landing. We'll save it and see what happens. Oh, yeah. Okay, I've already got electricity generation, so I need to do action group manager. Solar panels, yes. What is going to toggle them? How do I... Is there a button for this? Because I got my solar panels action group here. But I don't know if there's a button for that or not. Okay, what happens if I go ahead and just hit these? No, that's not what I want. That's not what I wanted to do at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I told one of them to not toggle. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There. I somehow... But I don't know what to push to do that. I guess we'll just come out here and find out. Okay. So let's go ahead and save this first moon landing. Save. Save. And... yeah, vehicle name. New workspace. Okay, yeah. First moon landing right there. Perfect. And let's just launch it and see what happens. Okay, let's back this up here. I mean, it's an impressive looking rocket. Nighttime launch, that's fine. Let's go ahead and do our countdown. Alright, and we're off. No bad tilting so far. That's good. Okay. We're climbing at a decent speed. I like it. Okay, here's my electrical right here. I just pushed the button. My landing gear, my lights. Okay, that's cool. Okay, that's pretty cool. Alright, let's take a tilt here. I wasn't paying attention to that, and I really need to start tilting. I'm climbing a little... Yeah. Okay, this rocket's a little bit unwieldy. I'm having to fight it a bit. Yep, I'm fighting it quite a bit now. Trying to tilt more. I was worried about the lights and I wasn't paying attention to the tilt. Okay. Apoapsis is climbing. Let's kick it out some more here. Okay. This isn't going to work quite like I had hoped. Not nearly as I had hoped, actually. Because we're going to run out of Delta V way before I intended to. I wanted our apoapsis out in like the 100. But, yeah. It's not going to nearly be there. And you don't want to do a docking procedure in the atmosphere. It does not work. Okay, let's revert to VAB. We're going to confirm this revert here. And we're going to throw a couple boosters on. Just for fun. I mean, we're way overbuilding this. If I were worried about money, rather than just building a rocket, I would not do this way. Not at all. But since I'm not worried about money, I'm gonna overbuild. And in this case, what that means is actually let's go. Wait a minute, we had lots of... Ooh, something didn't load there. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna take this thrust limiter off. Boom. Okay. Let's start by doing that. And then let's throw another large fuel tank in there. And just see if that, solves it. Boom. Right there. Boom. Right there. Everything should still be the exact same. Let's take a look. Okay, 3,000. Okay. I've got... Oh, and that thinks that has none because of the way things are staged, but... Okay. But what is our... Thrust to weight is 1.5. That's fine. Okay. Instead of adding boosters, I'm just going to add that extra. And let's see if that brings us to what we want. Okay, so this is saying 2.6. Let's see it here. Let's go back to the VAB, actually. Let's go back to the VAB. And let's go ahead and add some... Let's go ahead and add some boosters on here. I don't want to increase the thrust to weight too much, but I do want to add boosters. And in fact, if I'm overbuilding, I might add some crazy boosters as their own stage, actually. I'm not sure of the parts we've got available to us in this game yet, so we'll have to do some looking. Okay. So let's put, let's take these, first of all, and let's offset them here. Okay. We're going to take them, go back to 4, and we're going to offset them this way. There we go. Then, we're going to take, they're not offset perfectly, but good enough. Then we're going to take, okay, decouplers. We need a stack. Is this what I'm looking for here? I think it is. Let's put it right here. Okay. And then let's take a look at, okay, these are fuel tanks. These are engines. Is there any, okay, here we go. These are solid fuel booster. There we go. So it starts with that, and then those break, and that goes off. So let's bring that to this. Now let's take a look at, they're saying 2,000 delta V, then another 3,000 right there. So we just added that. But what I want to do though is I want to take a look at this. What is our initial? Oh, perfect thrust to weight. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so there we go. Just to be on the safe side though, I'm gonna take some struts. I'm gonna strut these to each other. There we go. And then I'm gonna strut them to the rocket. Just to be on the safe side here. There we go. And also to be on the safe side, where's my, that's thermal, aerodynamics, okay. What size do I need for here? Nope, not big enough. I need a medium. I'm getting seems too big. I'm getting a little bit of lag now as I'm doing this. Let's just put these on here for, there we go. Okay, they actually fit fine. But yeah, I'm getting a little bit of lag now, so. But I have been playing for an hour and a half with this. And there's a lot of parts in here. So I might have to lower my settings a little bit. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Alright, so let's try this thing out again here. You know what? I don't like that these are not. There we go. That's better. Alright, so that is bouncing a bit. Why is it bouncing a bit? Why is it falling over? I need the clamps, that's why. Okay, I think we're fine now. It did a little bit of bouncing. Now, the thing is, where... Okay. There should be a... There should be somebody in there, but then there should also be somebody in there. This kind of makes it look like they're together. Hopefully not. Okay, I told him to put one in there. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. And actually, how do I... Okay. Pods, okay, the gumball. Doesn't even tell me who's... It doesn't tell me who's in there or who's in what. I don't like that. Okay, so what does this do? Okay, so I think they're both in the top one. Okay, so let's go back to the vet, because I don't want them both in the top one. I want one in the top and one already in the other one, ready to pilot the landing can. That way I don't have to make a mid, because I would have to have him get out of the rocket and go into the landing can. And I don't want to do that. That's a lot of extra steps. And there's a good chance he's going to die in it anyway, because it's been so long since I've done any EVAs. But we'll have to find out and see. Okay, so how do we do it? Okay, I think it's the... No, he's in the can. And she's up there. Okay. That's the way I want it. Alright, let's go back to launch. We'll really launch this time. Oh, except I didn't put the clamps on. It's going to bounce again, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to bounce. I'm going to have to wait for it to settle. Once it settles, then I can launch. Okay, so I've got 1800 Delta V there. I've got... Okay, this is enough to get me... What I want to do... is get into orbit before this stage right here. I want to be in orbit before I hit this stage. So let's go ahead and launch and see what happens. There we go. Nice, nice, nice so far. We got drift already. Why do we have drift? It's not too bad though. But we've got a little bit of drift. I haven't touched the controls and you can see that we've got some drift there. Alright, gonna start my turn now. Kind of keeping it a slow turn. Going up through the clouds. My apoapsis is climbing nicely. Best case scenario, I'm about a 45-degree turn before I get to 10,000. I don't know if I'm going to reach it quite. My apoapsis is climbing quite high, but it's fine, it's fine. Climbing a little bit faster than I personally like it. Basically, the faster your apoapsis climbs, the less delta V you have to use to get out of the atmosphere. However, the faster it climbs, the more delta V you have to use to circularize once you are out of the atmosphere. We're about to be out of this. We're going to be losing, we have to stage here now. Perfect. No, not perfect. Something happened and it blew up. Dan, there was your rocket explosion right there. So, that happened. I'm rewatching the replay on my YouTube right quick. Yeah. Okay. Revert to Vab. That was a nice launch. Everything was going great up until that point. I do know a nifty little trick that I can do to kind of get those pushed away from the rocket. Yeah, boom, exactly. But everything was great up to that point. So what I've got to do is I've got to put these little, and I'm assuming they're in KSP2. They were in KSP1, but they are these little tiny rockets that you put on those stacks. That way it pushes them away from the rocket when you separate like that. All right, so let's see what we got here. We've got solid fuel boost. Here it is, right here. The Separatron. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over here, and I'm going to. Oh, interesting. That's saying it's gonna go on each side if I do it this way. Okay, I do want it on each side. I gotta look close. Okay, the rock, it's okay. I want it to be right here. Okay, but that didn't do anything. But if I do this, then it goes to each side. Okay, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so now I want to face these in such a way. Oh, that's not what I wanted. You see, some of them are facing the wrong way. Okay, so get rid of these. Let's do yeah, this is what I want. Like that. I actually want it way further down on this though. Let's bring it down like right here. Okay. And then I want to rotate it. There we go. And then I'm going to bring another set out here. And I want to rotate those. Not like that, not like that. There we go. Okay. So now I want all those to kick off the same time this separates. So what they're going to do, they're just tiny little rockets. So that way the thrust of these little rockets push these away from the main rocket. Okay, get rid of that. Okay, so make sure our staging's fine. Those 4 rockets, perfect. Then those separate. Those all kick off at the same time, pushing those away from the main rocket, so hopefully they don't explode again. While this rocket, you know what, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this rocket kick off, because it also could have been they were just falling, and then this blew them up, causing it, you know. So I'm not going to have it kick off when those go. Oh, and while I'm in here, let's put clamps on here. There we go. Let's put clamps, like right here. There we go. Perfect. And we'll start these the same time the clamps leave and get rid of that stage right there. All right, no bouncing. We're steady. Everything should be good. Hopefully. That's fine. One cool thing about this, by the way, is I did put solar panels on this. And the solar panels obviously recharge your electricity, but your rockets also recharge. So as long as a rocket's running, you don't need your solar panels. All right, so let's do this countdown again. That looks so cool when it starts to launch. I like it. It looks now the cool thing is these rocket sounds are actual sampled sounds from real rockets taking off and firing. So the sound design in this game is much, much better than the first game. Am I doing good so far? Still got a little bit of drift, but we fought with that last time. Alright, let's start kicking over here. Again, don't want to kick too fast. We got a little bit of rotation. Don't like the rotation. I'm trying to fix the rotation, but there we go. Now we're back on track with the rotation. And still got some more rotation. I'm not sure why we got the rotation going. Our turn's coming along a lot quicker than it did last time. Alright, we're at the 45 degree, well before the 10,000 mark. We'll leave it here for just a little bit. We got a few more seconds on this burn before we gotta kick that off. And hopefully I set that all up right to where those will separate just fine. Apps is going up fine. Everything's going up fine. Looks great. Like I said, I'm hoping to get into a full orbit before I have to do my decoupling here and attaching here. Now this is what they call Apollo style because it mimics the Apollo mission. Alright, they separated fine. And I turned that on. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. That worked just the way I wanted it to. Our apoapsis, I'm going to let it climb to about 100. And then I'm going to kill it. And I'll make my maneuver node to circularize. Alright, let's kill it. Alright, let's go over here. Go ahead and make my maneuver node, which I'm still a little bit confused on my maneuver nodes. There we go. Okay, so the yellow is the planned maneuver, it looks like. The yellow is the planned maneuver. Okay. Should be about where I want that. 72, let's bring it out just a little bit more. 75, that's fine. As long as we're higher than 70, we're fine. Apoapsis is a bit higher than I wanted to. It's not exactly circularized, but that's fine. We're going to tell this to go ahead and point to the maneuver node. And now we're out of the atmosphere. It's having a little bit of a hard time turning, but it is turning. We're going to go ahead and kick on our solar panels. Now let's see here, what do we got here? It's still showing me 4,605 delta V there, that's fine. I might see if I can take this thing all the way to Minmus, honestly. It'd be much easier. Oh, we got a lot of wobble there. We've got a lot of wobble there. That's why I was having a hard time fighting it. Yeah, so we got less than a minute to do our maneuver burn. And I'm not quite sure what this is here. Staging timeline. I don't know what that means. And now I do have this button here, warp to maneuver. I have not used it yet, so I'm not sure how well it works. I've never used. I'll have to try to mess with that at some point. It gave me a warning, nice, that I was approaching the maneuver. I'm assuming that's what that voice said. I don't speak Kerbal. Alright, 10 seconds till we start the burn. I wish it told me how long the burn was going to be, but it doesn't. It just tells me I'm going to need 1026 delta V. There we go. Now stop the burn there. Okay. What I'm also watching, though, is my periapsis. Now, yeah, staging timeline. I don't quite get this. Don't quite get what that means. But yeah, we're gonna have lots of okay. We're almost there. I'm gonna stop it when it says that. I'm gonna look at my periapsis at that point. 3, 2, 1, 0. My periapsis is a little low, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to point prograde, and I'm just going to burn a little bit until my periapsis. I'm going to delete this. Boink, don't need it anymore. So I'm going to burn until my periapsis is above 70. There we go. Now I'm in orbit. So now we need to intersect with the moon. How do I do this? Set my target. There we go. Now there's a lot of things I can learn from this, but since I'm pretty sure this is going to be pretty much the exact same as KSP1. So I'm going to basically set my maneuver node pretty much where my apoapsis is, probably a little before right here. And we're going to create a maneuver plan here. Now I've got, 20 minutes to my maneuver point. So I got time to mess with this. Let's go ahead and grab this. And I may have enough to go ahead and intercept the moon, or mun. I keep calling it the moon because, we call our moon the moon, but this is the mun. M-U-N. Uh-oh. Okay, so I can't do that anymore. There we go. We've got an intercept here. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Now, I'm going to take a look here. My periapsis. How do I look at... I'm having a hard time, looking at... What's it telling me now? Oh, it's telling me if I hit this maneuver node and then I don't adjust up here, I'm going to get grabbed by the mun, then come out of the mun, and then hit Kerbal. That's fine. I don't care about that. What I care about is this right here. So I'm going to do this, and it's only going to take 866 to get there. I'm not even going to make this little adjustment yet. I'm not... Okay. So the plan is to kick this off, grab this, bring it up here, hook it up here, and make the trip. But I don't need to. Alright, I'm not going to need to do that. This single stage is going to take me all the way to the mun and probably get me in the orbit of the mun. So, alright, now... Let me take a look at something here. I think F5 is quick save. Quick save is F5. Load is F9. Okay. So let's quick save here in case this messes me up. So now that I've quick saved, there's no indication on the screen. There's a noise, that sound that I've quick saved. Now I'm going to try this fast forward warp to maneuver. See what that does. Okay. Nice. Okay. Hopefully I can turn fast enough to be able to burn this. That's one thing. This thing is so big that it turns very slow. We're not quite to the maneuver node yet. Come on. Alright, I'm gonna have to start burning though. That'll help us get to the maneuver node too. We passed it. That is one thing about trying to take this large rocket there. It turns so slow. But I think we're gonna be okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill the rocket here in just a second. Kill it. I'm going to delete this. And I'm just going to say, hey, go, yeah, go there. And then I'm just going to slowly kick it up until I intercept. There we go. I've got an intercept. The periapsis of my intercept is, yeah, 275,000. Which is fine. It's way high. I'd rather be closer to like 15,000. But this is fine for now. What I'm going to do then, I'm going to F5 for safety again. I've still got me another 970 delta V here. This is great. Okay? This is great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to... Is this my first path? Yes. Okay. I'm going to warp to up here. Kind of get a better idea of what's going on here. Okay. What is... That's entering the SOI. I don't know what this is. Okay, so I'm going to be entering the SOI there. So I'm going to fast forward again to this point right here. Okay, perfect. How far am I to that SOI? It doesn't tell me how long I am until I intercept. Now you can kind of see this, there's a sphere around here, and that tells me it's basically a sphere of influence, when I'm being pulled by the influence of the Mun rather than the influence of Kerbal. So let's go ahead and we're going to F5 one more time there. We're going to fast forward a little bit till we enter the... Yeah, we're traveling pretty slow right now. This is 100 times time warp, by the way. That's how slow we're moving at this juncture. All right, let's cut it back down. And let's warp to this point, actually. There we go. There we go. So now, I want to bring this periapsis down. So when you want to bring a periapsis down, you turn retrograde. And can I untarget? Yeah, clear target. There we go. So I'm telling it to go retrograde. And of course, the rocket is turning, but it's taken so long to do so, being such a large rocket, because my control's all the way up here, with a little bit down here. But so now I'm going to watch that periapsis slowly start shrinking. I'm going to get it way, way down. I don't think it's going to circularize right now, but it might. I don't think so. But I'm going to get it way, way down. I want to get it down to like at least less than 50. Okay, that's good. There we go. 29. Perfect. So now what I want to do is I want to circularize around the mun. That way I'm in orbit around the mun. Because if I just leave it right now, I'm going to leave the mun's orbit. And then... Oh, okay. If I leave it right now, I'm going to leave the mun's orbit. That'll also be in a big orbit around Kerbal. So I'm going to place another, and it's going to take, if I go in real time, it's going to take me 1 hour and 58 minutes to get there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place a maneuver plan. And I'm going to be like, okay, I want to burn in the opposite direction. I want to circularize and bring myself into an orbit right here. Now let's take a look here and see what that apoapsis is supposed to be right there. Way too high. Now let's see what it's supposed to be. Not great. But I don't want my periapsis to drop too low either. Let's bring it back some more. Let's bring it some more. There we go. And now let's see, that's 64 and 27. That is fine. F5 for safety again. And then we're going to warp to the maneuver. All right. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. So then, oh yeah, pretty much perfect. We'll get there in time. 10 more seconds, just enough time to take a drink before I start this burn. There we go. Stop the burn. And wow, that's pretty much perfect. Okay. Absolutely perfect. So what we're going to do... Nice. Okay, this has worked nicely. Now we want to land on the bright side of the moon. Of the mun. Now I don't like this orbit that we're in, actually. So... I'm going to normalize this orbit a little bit. Again, I'm doing this just kind of knowing. Actually, is this the normalize? Yeah, no, it's not. Let me make a maneuver node. That way I make sure I'm not making a mistake. Yeah. That's what I want. I want to normalize it right there. Okay, yeah, this is fine. I did it the right way. This is radial out, radial in. That's normal and anti-normal. So that's fine. I can do this at any point. So I'm going to go ahead, now that I'm facing this way, I'm going to kick up my... Because I want this, I want my orbit of this to be along basically the equator of the mun. It'll be much easier to rendezvous it'll be much easier to rendezvous my two vessels, if it is. Okay, now I want to land on that side, so let's see, how do I want to do this? I think, regardless of what I do, I want to go ahead and separate now. So we're going to go ahead and activate that. Okay. Boom. We'll get rid of that. Let that drift off. Now, I want to separate this, and I want to control from here, and this will be what I control from for a while. So let's go ahead and kick that off. Perfect. Okay. Now, how do I control from here? Can I right click and control from here? No? Okay, how do I switch vessels? That's something I need to learn here. What is this? I don't want to abort mission. Flight tracking station. Flight report. I thought there was a button. Oh, maybe it's this. Object cycling. Full control. So I want to control this now. Okay, I double clicked it. Perfect. So now I'm controlling this, not that. That's just going to sit there in orbit, floating. That's fine. That's what I want. Why does it say I only have 453 delta V? What the heck happened here? Okay, something's wrong. Because I should have way more than 453 delta V. Fuel tank, yeah. Why is it not giving me any information? The fuel tank's almost empty. What happened? Was it draining it for another stage? Is that what was going on? Because I don't have enough delta V to land and to come back up. Huh. Alright, I tell you what I'm gonna do. What was that? I don't know what. There's a piece of something there. But yeah, I tell you what. I'm gonna try to land. But I don't have enough delta V to land and come back up. Because for some reason, this fuel tank is drained. I don't understand it. Let's go to the tracking station. Yep. Okay. Okay. I understand the tracking station. Okay. So now let's go back here and control this. See if that changed anything. No. I've still only got 453. All right, we're gonna try this mission anyway, and see if I can land. I absolutely won't be able to get back up, but we're gonna try. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm going to time warp to this point because I want to land in the light. I don't want to land in the dark. Okay. And all right, let's see what happens. Oh, I have not activated my rocket. Activated these yet. Activate. There we go. Yeah, it still says 453. The fuel tank just says it's a fuel tank. Okay, I don't want to look at my orbit speed. I want to look at my surface speed. And let's take a look at my... Okay, yeah, I need to bring that way down. I'm not sure I'm going to have enough to land without crashing. We'll find out. It's starting to look like I'm not going to, honestly. Yeah, I'm using Delta V way too fast here. Okay. And so yeah, like I said, I'm either gonna crash or I'm gonna land. At that point, I'm gonna end up aborting the mission in any case, probably, because I won't have. I know I may not have enough Delta V to land. I know I won't have enough Delta V to get back up to the ship. So okay. How much time do I even have before I crash, or does it tell me? It does not. But I'm gonna speed up time just a little bit here. I'm going 10 times now. Okay. There I am above the ground. When I get to about 20,000, then I'll start paying much closer attention here. Okay. Oh, there you go. Tilt it the other way. That's what you wanted to do. There you go. Now I'm traveling way, way too fast. Can I slow myself down here? I'm slowing myself down, but basically I'm slowing myself down What did I just do? Okay. It's showing me 0 delta V. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. There we go. I am out of delta V. I'm gonna crash. Methalox deprived. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna crash. It's gonna be a spectacular crash though. If you aren't actively paying attention to this, Dan, you'll want to watch this. I'm gonna hit the ground hard. Yeah, it's gonna go boom. Yep, there we go. So I'm not sure what happened there, because I for some reason that fuel tank drained into the other one. So I gotta disable cross feeding in one of the couplings maybe. Thanks for streaming your experience. Good to see how it plays. Yeah, I'm having fun with it. I mean, right now it's essentially the same as the first one. It's actually, honestly, right now it's kind of a step back from the first one. But with the additions and stuff, it's going to be so much more than the first one. But right now, it's essentially the first one, only without a campaign mode. All they have is sandbox right now. Okay, so yeah, Alright, so how do I disable? Because that had drained by the time that I decoupled. So maybe it's the coupling that I've got to take a look at. Ah, fuel crossfeed was off. So why was that so empty of fuel? Because by the time... Good to know. What are your specs, by the way? I've got pretty decent specs. I forget them off the top of my head, but I can find out real quick. It's been so long since I've even looked. I've had this computer for like 3 years. My computer was a top of the line computer at one point, but it's like 3 years old now. Let's go properties here. Yeah, I'm running an Intel i7. Got 16 gigabytes of RAM. Let's see here. Try to get the exact number of my GTX card here. I'm running a GTX 1080 is what I'm running for that. So yeah, Intel i7, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and a GTX 1080. And it's running pretty decently. It's got a little, like, with this right now, like if you notice, if I grab a part and bring it out, it takes a second to populate. But other than that, that's the biggest hang up I've seen. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out why that fed into this. Because when I did that separation, it had almost no fuel in it. Even though, okay, so this is my separator right here. And it does not allow fuel cross-feeding. And this one does not allow fuel cross-feeding, yet this had no fuel in it when I was up there. So, what was the issue? Huh. Where was my quick save? I'm gonna load my last quick save real quick. That might take a second to load. Was it before the separation or after? I can't remember. If my last quick save was after the separation, then that quick save won't do me any good, and I'll just go back to the VAB. But yeah, so like I was saying, right now it's just the sandbox mode. There's no contracts. There's no... Oh, perfect. Okay, so it's before the separation. Okay, yeah, so this already is very low on fuel. Is there any way to feed fuel to another? I know in KSP1 there was... What is this here? Flight report. I don't care about that. I want to... Yeah. I want to feed fuel from here to here since I can't figure out why this is already low on fuel. This one up here is fine, and it kept all its fuel. But this one drained at the same rate this did, even though there was no fuel cross-feed. Huh. That's why it's telling me that we're going to have 0 delta V right there. Alright. This fuel tank, all it does is just... Oh yeah, that's not what I wanted to do. If I double click, it just sends me to this view here. Let me see if there's something in the settings. I don't remember how to... Or if there might not be a way to do it right now in here to... Focus next vessel, previous vessel, flight mode, okay. Quick save, EVA, OAB, map view, okay. Max throttle cut throttle, yeah, I'm not seeing anything about fuel crossover and how to transfer fuel from one tank to another. Alright, let me get rid of this and see something here. Okay. That's that one and that one. Huh. So yeah, I'm not sure what I did wrong and why fuel is feeding from here into here. Because there's definitely a coupler there. Yeah, just resume game. Now, I do have enough fuel if I could get fuel from here into here somehow. But I'm not sure how to do that in any case. That's just the flight report. What is this? Kerbal manager, actually resource manager. Maybe it's in there. Methalox. Okay, okay. Okay. So I want to put it in. Okay, which one is that? The 1440s. I want to take the 1440s. And I want to put it in. And I want to put it in the. Wait, is that what? Okay. I want to put it in this. Okay, that's right. Okay, so it shows me right there if I highlight it. So I want to. How do I do this? Let's see here. Out and out. Okay. Out, 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 and in. Start. Okay. In. There we go. Okay, so now I should have plenty of delta V for this to work. Okay, so we were able to salvage this in flight here. Nice, nice. Okay. So now rather than having way too little delta V, I should have plenty. So I think we were able to salvage it. So now, okay, so yeah. So now we just got to go down here to the resource manager in order to transfer fuel. Glad I found that out. Let's go ahead and F5 that now. Double check my orbit is fine. I kind of want to bring it down a little bit more, but I'm not going to. All right, we're going to go ahead and separate that. Okay. Let's turn all my lights on. Okay. And let's go ahead and separate again. Perfect. And double click to control that. That's much better. 2,783 delta V as opposed to like 500. So that worked out much better. Much better. All right. So let's go ahead and turn my SAS on and tell it to go retrograde. And we're going to do basically what we did last time. But hopefully this time, you know, it doesn't explode. Why am I floating up? Why are they going? Is my... I guess the decoupling was just enough to kick it a little bit, to lower its periapsis a bit, so that's why it looks like I'm going higher than they are. Okay, so we'll do this again. We'll come around here. I want to try to land somewhere here because I know that these areas here are nice and flat for landings, and that's why I'm kind of wanting to land in there. Okay. With 5 times the delta V is what we had before, we should be fine. You know what? Let's go fast forward just a little bit more here. All right, bring that down. And I might need to activate this. Now that I say this, activate. There we go. ISP 340, nominal at blah, blah, blah. All right. Fine. Wrong button. And now let's take a look at this as we... Okay, I'm bringing it in. Nice. I'm going to place my impact site right at the edge here. That way, as I'm doing any more, it'll draw it back here as I'm slowing down even more. So I'm glad I was able to figure that out and transfer the fuel. However, I'm still a little bit unsure of why it even fed from there in the first place. And I'm not sure if that was a bug or if it was something I did wrong. Likely something I did wrong. Bring that in just a little bit more. And now that I'm sure that I have enough to land, it's on me to make sure it doesn't crash. It's been like 4 years since I've done a MUN landing in KSP. Alright, let's kill the engines. Quick save. Bring it back to this view. Let ourselves get a little bit lower. I'm going to speed up time a little bit. Go 10 times here. First MUN landing 3 on crashing trajectory. Yes, that was on purpose. Thank you. Okay, let's bring it down to about 30,000, then I'll cut the time down to normal. Hello there, Cheeky Gaming. What is my ground speed? My surface speed there, and let's go ground. Ooh, I'm much lower on the ground than I am to sea. Let's start to slow myself down a little bit here. I may have to slow myself down even more. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've done a MUN landing. Over 4 years, so let's hope I get this right. I got plenty of Delta V, but I'm probably using it improperly, to be honest. I could probably be using it a little bit more efficiently. Let's go ahead and kick it down and slow us down quite a bit here. Alright, let's let us drop some, then we'll start slowing down again. I don't want to do a suicide burn. I've never been good at those. How did my landing spot change here? Yeah, I figured it would change quite a bit once I started burning. I'm actually going into this expecting to fail this since it's been so long. but we'll see what happens. Alright, let's start to slow down here. I forget the impact tolerance of these. I want to say it's 15. Alright, I'm slowing down a little bit too much here. And hopefully get a nice soft landing on this nice smooth area. I'm still slowing down a little bit too much here. Alright. This might actually be a pretty decent landing, assuming I don't make a huge mistake in the next few minutes. Let's kill that a little bit. Get ourselves down a little bit closer, then we'll kill our speed. All right, it's looking really good so far. Like I said, I forget the impact tolerance. I'm going to aim for less than 15, though. I think that'll be about right. Pretty much going to be dead on, looks like. Might even have to slow down for my slowing down. Yeah, I'm going to be doing this where I barely tap the shift key and the control key. I hope my sticky keys aren't on. Or, you know, the toggle that comes up when you hit shift too many times. Alright, watching that shadow to kind of get a little bit of better idea of how close I am here. This is gonna be right as, oh man, very close to perfect. Nice. Oh, I can recover my vessel here. I don't want to recover from here. Okay, so I successfully landed on the mun. All right. So let's go ahead and open up this here, extend the part. Nice, it's got some really cool animations now. And let's go ahead and go for an EVA. What in the world? That almost knocked me over. Okay. Alright, so let go of space. There we go. And let's just walk out here a bit. And let's plant our flag. Plant flag. Site name. First Mun landing. Not too shabby. There we go. Okay. All right, yeah. And why? Oh, I actually started speeding stuff up. How do I have him move now? How I am... He is not moving now. What is going on? He's looking at the flag. But now I can't move him. What if I try to Okay, now I'm controlling that. Let's go back to him. And why is it tipping over? And why is he not moving? Oh, I had to let go of the no? I cannot get him to move at all. There we go. I'm not sure what happened there. Alright, so now I need to get him inside this thing. I thought I grabbed it. F to grab. Alright. Jetpack status off. How do I turn his jetpack on? I forget what RCS. There we go. He's not wanting to grab it. Okay. I don't know if I'm encountering a bug or what's going on. But he's not wanting to grab and he's not wanting to board. Not sure what's going on there. Of course, the whole thing is messed up a little bit. Well, I have landed on it. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm encountering some kind of... I'm guessing it's a bug. I'm hitting F and he's not grabbing the ladder. I'm hitting B and he's not trying to... He won't... See F right there? He won't grab it. And when he gets up a little bit higher, trying to hit B and he won't grab it. Yeah, come on. B, board. Come on, board it. Okay, let me try going back to... how do I get back to... I forget here. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the tracking station. And then I'll come back to Jebediah Kerman here and see if that changed anything here. See if that fixed anything. Okay, well, let me try to quick save and quick load. See if that fixes it. Yeah, I saw your... we had the same idea there, Dan. You made the suggestion before I did it on the video before broadcast, but after I had done it. That's funny. Okay, no grab there. No board, no grab. Huh. Let me completely try to load a whole nother vehicle. First moonliner. Let's control this one. There we go. So we're back here. Okay. Now let's go back to the tracking station and load. That's debris. I think this is the... Yeah, this thing is about to fall over. Okay, how great is that? That's epic right there. What in the world? Just, it's floating away. What is even happening? Oh, man. What in the world even? Which side is my ladder on? This side here. Oh, that is hilarious. That is hilarious. Okay, well, let's try again here. Yep, too high, too high. No boarding, okay. And no grabbing. Well, we're on the moon. I'm not sure if that's a bug. It seems to be. I might close completely out of the game and then come back. But I've been streaming for nearly 3 hours now, and I need to take a break. So I might come back later and stream a bit, but we're going to go ahead and kill it there for now. This game's a lot of fun, and I thank you all for coming out and watching. I appreciate it. And like I said, I might be back a little bit later. We'll see. Got some things I need to get done, and I'm enjoying this game a lot, though. Just wanted to check it out on launch day, do some streaming. But again, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And as always, I'm Sapper Woody, and it's been fun.